Good evening for everyone again for joining us tonight. And I would like to welcome you to our free introductory session. Just to quickly introduce myself, my name is Leona, and I will basically be hosting the session tonight. And on behalf of Buckingham School of Setting Out Engineering, I would like to thank you for taking the time to join us this evening. So we just want to get to know you as well. Before we get started, we'd love to know where you're all joining us from tonight. If you can drop your name and your location in the chat, we'd love to see where you are joining us from. Oh, we have someone joining us from London. That's good. Oh, we have someone joining us from Manila. Manila, I swear, that's from Philippines. So we are Buckingham School of Setting Out Engineering. You can probably see on our slides already. And what we do is that we are a training provider based in the UK, specializing in setting out and site engineering skills for the construction industry. Our aim is to basically bridge the gap between classroom knowledge and the real world site experience. We are ProQual certified and CITB assured, if you guys have not heard of that. So it is an awarding body that accredits our courses. So that means that the courses that you take with us, you can use them to qualify for CSCS cards, if you're familiar with them. So we deliver CITB short courses. We also deliver diploma that is accredited by ProQual, as I have mentioned. And what we pride ourselves the most is that at BSSE, we provide hands-on practical training, and our students have the opportunity to learn on site from practicing site engineers and tutors, which is, if you will, and I am saying this with full confidence, if you will do your research and look into the market, there are some learning providers that provide a similar training, but I can tell you that we do provide more heavy hands-on training. And to add, we are also bringing our students into a live training site. So that means that our students get to genuinely experience what is really they're going to be experiencing on site once they start with their site engineering jobs. So just a little bit of a background with our location. Our main training site is in Aylesbury, but we do provide on-site and private training sessions. That means that if you are joining us and your company or your school is looking into someone who can visit your location, so we can definitely bring the training directly to your location. We can do bespoke courses, or we can tailor the course that your company or that your school needs. So that is it a little bit about who we are and what we do. And for tonight's session, we will be covering the topics that our tutors and our instructors cover in our courses. So our goal for tonight is to offer you an insight into what site engineering is all about, and to introduce you to some of the key tools and topics that are essential for site engineers.
One of our main courses in Buckingham School of Engineering is the Setting Out course. This is where we fully go through training of how to become a setting out engineer on site. It's one of our most popular courses. So what is a site engineer? A site engineer is essentially a problem solver. What they do is they bring the drawing to life. So a lot of the times you'll be given a drawing, and it's the site engineer's job to bring that to real world. So they'll be positioning that on site. that will be mainly either with a total station, GPS, or a level. And quite often that's a rotating laser level. The other part of a setting out engineer is to then bring the real world back into the computer. So quite often we'll be using AutoCAD, and that's the transition between the two. So we'll get a drawing in AutoCAD, we'll load that onto our instrument, and then we'll set that out on site. Or equally, we'll measure stuff on the ground and we'll bring that back into AutoCAD and then give it to our contractor. GNSS is it's properly called. This is probably, it's quite a modern form of surveying. Have you ever used Google Maps to find your way? To find a restaurant or to avoid traffic? That's GNSS in action. The same principle helps you navigate in your car or on your phone. It's what engineers use on site, only very, very more precise. So your phone might give you an accuracy of 5 to 10 meters, where our equipment on site, be it Leica, Trimble, Topcon, that can give us very, very precise location up to about 30 millimeters or 3 centimeters. So GNSS, it stands for Global Navigation Satellite System. It's a family of satellites that are always circulating the globe. Traditionally, we had GPS, that's from America. Russia has GLONASS, Europe has Galileo, and China has Beidou. So all of these satellites, we can pick up their signals, and that helps us triangulate our position on the globe. Where do surveyors actually use GNSS? They use it pretty much everywhere. You might have seen it on a road project or out and about in the countries, a guy holding a pole with an antenna on the end. So we can use it for topographical mapping. So when we need to capture the shape of the land for design or planning, construction layout. So if we're setting out roads, pipelines, or even buildings, boundary surveys, or even nowadays it's become so accurate we can use it for monitoring. So we can position GNSS antennas on dams or bridges to monitor the shift over time. So it's becoming very, very useful in our industry. You can collect thousands of points in a day. You can use it wherever, whether if you're on the top of a mountain or in a desert or in the middle of a farmland, it's going to work every time. So while it's very, very useful, we do have some limitations. So obviously I said we get 30 millimeter accuracy. So that's not always what's needed. Sometimes we need below that. Sometimes we need millimeter precision. That's where we can't use GPS. Or if we're under canopy, so we're inside a building, underground, or in forestry land. So just remember, so GNSS is becoming very useful, and as time goes on, it becomes more and more useful. It actually lowers down. Say the antenna you see in front of us is a GS18, which is one of the most sophisticated GNSS antennas. It allows us to account for tilt, and this on our course, on our setting out course, is one thing you'll be using.
Engineering in the UK is almost surrounded by the use of equipment. Equipment which you are not going to be far much from in terms of what they are used for. All over the world, there are constructions going on daily basis. In fact, in the UK, you have the roads, the rail, you have the water pipes, you have the utilities, underground services, gas pipes, You have electrical cables, both underground and overground. So, as an engineer or a potential engineer or someone who has the zeal, the passion to join engineering in the UK, the use of an equipment known as total station is the key. We say it's the last bus stop. The use of this little piece of equipment, I call it baby toy, is to set out the levels, the lines, and the points, the positions of elements, structural elements. It could be building. For example, you have a building, of course, most buildings in the world, they have 4 corners, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 corners have their named coordinates, positions, X, Y, Z. And that coordinate is something which we're going to start from the scratch to educate, to let you know what it means, how to work out, how to think, how this coordinate works. When Peter was speaking, he did talk about GPS, Global Positioning System, where you can stand and we'll be able to understand where you are. So this total station is used to measure both angles and distances. Next slide, please. So the high precision reduces to micromillimeters when this equipment is measuring these angles and distances to be able to determine the positions. Remember I said positions in terms of setting out position and also in terms of the levels. And almost the whole sites in the UK is you are not able to do or carry out this construction without this equipment. I'm going to be showing you, and I mean practically for you to see how they are, how they look like, apart from what you're seeing. What you're seeing in the drawing is almost exactly what we have here physically. So what total station does is it measures both rotating this way. I don't know if you can see it very well. It rotates in horizontal system and also in vertical.
So let's have a quick pop quiz. So the first question I have for you is, what affects GNSS accuracy the most? Is it A, trees or buildings? B, is it the weather? Or C, is it the time of day? So go ahead and type in your answers, and I want to see if we've got that written. Okay, thank you. They're coming in. They're coming in. Wow, I'm seeing A, weather, trees, building, A. Anyone else who would like to put in their answers? Come on, don't be shy. Come on. Okay, I'm seeing questions. We'll answer the questions in a bit during our question and answer portion. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of A's. So what do you think it is? Then the answer is A, trees and or buildings. Well done for those who answered A. Okay, I have another question. Next question is, what's my next question? A total station can measure what? Oh, that was just the previous slide. Can it measure only distances, B, only angles, or C, both distances and angles? Go ahead and type in your answers now. Wow, they're faster now. Look at those fingers. See. Okay, wonderful. Both distance and angles. C. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of C's. So I think we should reveal the answer now, which is you are correct. So both distances and angles, which was just presented on the previous slide. Well done, everybody. You were paying attention for the last 20 minutes. Thank you very much for paying attention. All right. So now that we have looked into the GNSS and total station, then the next thing that we would like to give you an overview about is the most important thing on site, wherever you are, whatever it is that you are doing. And I will give the floor to Louis.
So construction industry is the most dangerous place to work. Statistics had it that 2 out of 100 die in the UK, the construction industry. That's how dangerous it is. So it's and that's why the government, in their wisdom, has come up with what they call health and safety on site. So please, once you hear health and safety on site, especially during your interview, your interviewer will ask you, Ralph, have you been involved in health and safety on site in your previous jobs? Or how is can you tell us your standard when it comes to health and safety on site, or your take on health and safety on site? So 2 things that will come into your mind once you hear this question, or once you're working in construction industry. One of them is what we call CDM. And what is CDM? Construction Design Management. It's a regulation, it's a legal document that guides every construction industry in the UK. CDM. And then the second one is what we call RAMS. RAMS. Risk Assessment, Risk and Method Assessment. So it's a package that regulates or that guides everyone on site. For most of you who have opportunity to be working in the industry already, or maybe working as an operative, you find out that your first day you're stepping in on site, the first thing that happens to you is what they call induction. And what happens in induction? Induction is where they tell you all the laid down rules of health and safety on site, on how to come to work safely and return home safely. Yeah, so health and safety is very, very important on site. And when it comes to health and safety, like I said, CDM is the family that regulates or guides health and safety on site. And the CDM will tell you the duties of everyone involved in the construction, starting from the client. Yeah, you talk about the principal contractors, the designers, down to the employees and employers. So everyone has a role to play to keep that health and safety on site. And then I want you to take out time to read about CDM and RAMS in your own private time. There's a lot of penalties that companies, even down to individuals, can get if it happens to fail in health and safety. If you look at the photo here, you can see someone directing probably a 360 operator. You can't do that if you don't have the tickets, if you're not an appointed person, if you're not competent to do that. So, and that's why in construction industry, you have, before you come into a site, you have what we call CSS card, which looks like an entry level into construction. And it's all about health and safety. Before you write your exam to get your CSS card, you must have to write health and safety exams just to make sure that you know what you're supposed to do, what is required of you, and you know what your employer is supposed to do on their own part. And at any point in time, you feel unsafe in any site where you're working, is your statutory right to report or to say no to any activity, no matter how serious or how heavy it is. Nobody will threaten you to lose your job because you raised a safety awareness on site, or because you reported something that is unsafe on site. That is to say, your number one person to look after your safety on site is a collective effort of everyone on site. And then when it comes to RAMs, we have different sections of RAMs. We have the WPP, the work package plan, and then we have what we call the TBS, task briefing sheets. So these are different segregations that make up the RAMs. And what WPP will tell you every single thing about the projects, the methodology of carrying out that job safely, and all the safety measures in place to carry that job safely. It doesn't stop there. Then on daily basis or weekly basis, as case may be, an appointed person, maybe health and safety officer or a supervisor, need to brief you on sites on your tasks that need to be done every day and all the safety measures in place to carry out that task on site. And after the briefing, they will ask any question at all. You know why they ask any question? That is to say, if you're happy with the question, with what you are briefed, if you don't have a question, that means you totally understood what was briefed and you agreed to obey to it. And if anything happens to you, and after the briefing, there's a space for you to sign, what they call a task briefing sheet, where you need to sign your name and signature. That signing it means that you were briefed and you understand the briefing and you're happy to work on that briefing. So health and safety on site is something we need to pay attention, especially when we start working as a site engineer. Look after yourself, look after others, look after your tools and equipment, making sure that you come to work safely and return back home safely. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Louis. And yeah, just to echo back what he said, again, none of your knowledge in instrument matters if you do not take safety seriously. So with that, we've seen the GPS overview, the total station, and health and safety overview. Now we are coming to the final topic that we have for tonight, which is the technical side of site engineering. So we will be covering a little bit of AutoCAD, and I'll be giving the floor to Peter again for that. You are muted.
Sorry. Right, so onto AutoCAD, one of my favorite topics. I'm a computer geek, so I like all the computer software. Just to reiterate on one of the points Lewis was making, on site, if you're not sure, always ask. And that's one of the main things with Buckingham School of Setting Out Engineering, what we say. If any of the training sessions you're not sure, always ask us. Even after the course, ask us. We're always available on WhatsApp. Then even when you finish the course, we're always available. Say you come to site and you're not sure, we're available on phone or WhatsApp or whatever to ask. I think that's one of the strong points of Buckingham School of Setting Out Engineering. We'll guide you through the full process. Even up to when you get to site, we're available as a sort of technical support team where you can call upon us and say, how do I do this? And then we will help you with that. So onto AutoCAD, which is one of my favorite topics. I mainly run the AutoCAD courses, mainly used software tools for surveying. It's where designs are made. So a building will be designed or the land will be designed in AutoCAD. And then we can load that design onto our tools, whether it's a GPS or a total station. And then we can bring that onto site and we can use that design to position where the building is or what level the land should be. on site. Equally, we can measure what's on site. So after they've built the building, we can go measure it with our GPS or our total station, and then we'll bring that back into AutoCAD and send that to our designers or our site managers, and then they can use that to check if what has been built is accurate. So it's a very, very useful tool. And in Buckingham School of Setting Out Engineering, we provide an online platform where you can go through in your own time, and there's several videos you can watch, and then we have meetings planned into the course where we all gather, we go back through the course material, and we check we're all on board with that. We also cover advanced AutoCAD features, and we cover Civil 3D if any of you have used that before. So we do offer extra courses for Civil 3D. But yeah, AutoCAD is a very powerful tool, and a basic knowledge is a must for any civil engineer or setting out engineer. I think we have a video of GPS. This is a quick live simulation. So on here, we've got a site in AutoCAD. You can see several buildings. This is actually our Buckingham School of Engineering site, that if you're on our course, you'll be using this data. So we can actually bring this onto our equipment, which the video should show you shortly. Just having a look around the site. As you can see, all the grid systems, the whole building, that's all loaded into there. So we're looking at a Captivate Leica TS16 instrument. We're creating a job, and then we're going to attach that drawing to our job. See, that's now the whole site's been imported to our controller, which the video will show you shortly. So as you can see there, the exact model we had in AutoCAD has been imported onto our equipment, which is now ready to use on site, which is something we cover over and over again in our setting out course. So you feel like you're able to do any job, you get sent any drawing, and you'll be able to set that out. Equally, now the video shows the reverse. So now we've been measuring what's on site. Now we need to take that back into AutoCAD, which it should show you. Here we go. So here we've been measuring what's on site. So you can see some fences, a road, and a pond, which the video showing you sort of how powerful the system is. We can see we can view the whole site in 3D. It's a very, very useful tool. So you might imagine engineering is all high-level maths, very complicated, but this equipment really makes it, I don't want to say easy, but makes it a lot easier. So we don't have to calculate anything. The instrument's doing it all for us. Now we've exported it, and this is seeing the reverse. Now we've imported what we've measured on site back into AutoCAD.
We will be opening this time for questions if you have any questions so far. By the way, as far as the courses that we are offering, we will be providing the information in the next slide. Okay, we got the first question in the chat. Can we get CSCS card through this training? Okay, I can take that. So yes, you can. We actually have two routes that you can take. So either you take the level 3 diploma in engineering surveying, which is assessment only for those who are experienced engineers in surveying and setting out. You can simply take an assessment and then you can get the level 3 diploma, which would qualify you to get a gold CSCS card. Now, on the other hand, if you are a beginner, don't feel overwhelmed because we also have an option for you. You can also enroll into our full setting out training, which can also give you a level 3 diploma in engineering surveying. So basically the same, but this training or this program will have a full setting out training that will help you to be onboarded into setting out and engineering surveying. How much does it cost for experienced engineer level 3? Our level 3 diploma assessment only is £990. You can also see the prices of all of our courses on the website. I am going to link that into the chat in a bit. And then second question, is Civil 3D part of the course module? I am going to pass it on to Peter, please.
So not directly, but it is becoming part of our through popular requests, it's becoming part of our online courses. So it will be available on the online portal. Yes, if you take the full setting out course, it will be available on there. And then, as always, as every course on that portal, me or any of our trainers are always available for questions, or quite often we do short courses where I'll log onto your computer and help you through it. Or if you've got a specific question, I'm always happy to answer.
Thank you, Pete. And I believe we have one question right at the top earlier. How can I apply from Nigeria? Tuition fee, which was covered earlier. Ken or Louis, do you want to take on that?
Okay.
Louis, you there?
Yeah. Yes, you can do to an extent. The only barrier you might have there is the practical sections we have. I'm pretty sure we have a lot of construction industry in Nigeria using a total station is a very good advantage if you learn total station or GPS, right? If you apply somewhere like CCC or Julius Bager's and all these big companies using the equipment in Nigeria, trust me, you'll be placed. I'm not a good guy. He's in Nigeria as well. Yes, he's working with one big company in Abuja, but because he knows how to use the instruments, and if you see the package he is at the moment, I think they placed him in a hotel all throughout the project, gave him a good car and a good package. Yeah. The only discrepancy is just the life practical section, which we can guide you, put you through when you start working in Nigeria. Yeah, if you're interested, you get back to us by tomorrow and we'll show you the next step to take on that. Thank you.
Well, I was just going to say, so one important thing I forgot to mention, obviously related to that last question, how do we get AutoCAD working on our PC? A simple Google search will tell you the specs. So just Google what specification computer do I need. It doesn't need to be that powerful. But one important thing we offer, which a lot of schools don't offer, is we give you a year's worth of AutoCAD. It's an educational version. So that's an important thing. So you can download AutoCAD from the website, and then we'll give you a 1-year license, educational, so you can use it, keep practicing, and become proficient or expert in AutoCAD.
Thank you. Next question that we have in the chat is that, so this is still sort of related, I think, to distant learning. If I am on visit visa in UK, can I do the course? Because presently I am in the
Oh,
UK. I'm not the
oh.
expert, so can someone take that on, please?
Okay, yes. You can take the course from anywhere in the world, whether you're visiting the UK, whether you live in the UK, whether you live in Nigeria, you can take the course. But legally, you will need a working visa. If you're a student, of course, we all know the law. You're restricted within to work only 20 hours. But yes, doing training is training. You can do it, pay for it, and then get it done. Whether you're visiting or whether you're working whether you live in the UK. And once you get it done, of course, you will get your certificate. The difference is that you are not, and you will not be allowed to work in the UK without having a work permit. So that's a different topic. That's a different thing which we're going to be covering in the our online section, and what we are going to be sharing on social media and our website. Thank you.
And the next question we have is that after the training, do we need SSMTS to work on site?
Again, no. No, you don't need an SMSTS to work on site. I mean, it's the engineering is big, is broad. You have enough already on you. SMSTS is a special, well, kind of a smaller section of managing projects, managing sites in the UK. So if you have obtained your engineering certificate, your level 3 diploma in engineering, you've overshot, you've gone far beyond SMSTS. However, SMSTS would help you, anyone who has engineering diploma, to, I mean, if I'm looking for work, and who can I mention here? 𝐁𝐿𝐼. 𝐁𝐿𝐼 is looking for work. We both have the same kind of certificate. We have the same experience. But he has got SMSTS. It's most likely that he will be taken, because part of what he is going to, an advantage we have is to be supervising on site as either a supervisor or site manager, in addition to the engineering he has, even if he is not physically going to be supervising. So yes, SMSTS is good, but it's not a criteria. It's not a must that you need to have it for you to work. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. And then the next question we have is that, is there any support for your students to get into the industry? Because job hunting process is always hard to break in. Very
Yes.
valid question.
Okay. Can go.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Louis. I mean, job hunting in the UK, getting a job is a job. I mean, in fact, a big job is how to get a job. So you get trained, you know what to do, you know how to use this equipment, you understand the quality assurance, you understand risk assessment, you understand what Louis talked about, health and safety. You know everything you need to be packaged and get into the industry. But you are studying. We look after you both when you're studying with us and when you have finished, when you have graduated. So the job hunting, from looking into your CV, reviewing what you have done, knowing who you are, assessing and assessment start from the very first day you register with us, to know your level, to know the fundamental, to know how to keep track of you. So we are not going to leave you alone. If you're looking for a job, there are lots of jobs out there in engineering. All you need is, if you have the time to type it now or write it down, setting out engineering. We have CV library, we have Indeed, we have read.co.uk, we have lots of job sites in the UK. Type in setting out engineer or site engineer. And what you see is the potentials, the how much they get paid, and how frequent jobs are posted on those sites. So yes, the answer is that we are going to be supporting you in your process of job hunt. Thank you.
Just a quick one in addition to what Ken said. On our own path, we are making every effort to see how we can get everyone into the industry. We're discussing with a lot of partners like recruitment agencies, and we're trying to get ourselves into recruitment agencies as well. So, which is still on the pipeline. And if all things work out well, that means from your training to a job site where you'll be working as a site engineer or assistant site engineer or as a chain boy, as case may be. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken and Lewis. And also just to mention that once you have, let's say you already have your job, another thing that we can provide support on is the post-training support, meaning that once you already have the job, we all know how it goes on your first day on site or first week on site, and you forget everything sometimes that you've learned. And the good thing with our programs is that once you're part of our graduates from any programs, we are more than happy to provide post-training support, meaning you can contact our tutors, our trainers, and they will be happy to provide you assistance on site. Okay,
That's
so
correct.
on to the
Well done.
on to the next on to the next question. Oh, sorry. So the question we have is there an installment payment? And I'll take the question. Yes, we do offer financing options. We are partnered with Pay Later. And upon enrollment, if you are interested into installment or financing options, you can just simply put it in your enrollment form that you are interested in one, and then we'll be happy to help you check your eligibility. We do provide discount. If you will reach out to us, we will tell you more about the discount, which is the biggest discount that we provide at the minute is the early bird discount. It gives you in our full setting out course, it gives you £200 discount. So from £2,680, that would go down to £2,480 if you fulfill your course fee payment before the start date. No problem about the typo. I can totally relate. Happens to me all the time. Cat stepping on my keyboard.
And just to add to that, also we do a referral bonus. So if any of your friends are interested, you can send them our way with a referral. And I think how much is it, Leona? I think it's £50.
Yes, they can earn up to £50. So of course, depending on the course that the person will be enrolling in. But yes, you can get up to £50 per referral, just referring them. All right. So I think those are all the questions. So just very quickly before we come to our close. So as I was saying earlier, we do have our level 3 diploma in engineering surveying as one of our courses. This is our flagship course that is going to provide you with the full setting out course and will give you the level 3 diploma upon completion, which you can use to apply for a gold CSCS card. We are still enrolling for our September cohort, which starts on the 9th. That is next Tuesday. So if this discussion has sparked your interest and you would like to get into the site engineering right away, you don't want to wait, then we are still accepting enrollees for our September 9 cohort. And we also have our next cohort, which is going to be, I believe, the final cohort for this year, that will be starting on the 4th of November. You can also start enrolling into that and paying your course fees towards it, so you can still get that early bird discount comes November. So that is our level 3 diploma with the full setting out course. But like I said, for those who are only interested in assessment only and you already have experience, you can still get the level 3 diploma just by doing the assessment and completing the online portfolio. And we also have our CITB assured short courses. We offer short courses in total station, robotic total station, GNSS, and AutoCAD for site engineers. You can see the start dates on the screen right now, and you can also see more of the details in our website, which will give you more information on what the short courses cover if you are interested into getting into short courses and you're more focused on just one topic. Let's say you're already working on site and you just need to refresh your knowledge on using robotic total station and you don't want to take the full setting out course, then that's totally possible. Just enroll into the short courses. If in case that you want a course that's not yet in our website, feel free to still send us a form or send us a contact us information, because we do bespoke courses. Like I said, we can tailor the courses depending on your needs, and we will be happy to discuss what you need, how can we help you, and we'll just get on a call and talk about the pricing and the coverage. So yes, those are the open start dates that we have, and we'll keep you posted on the next start dates as we continue with our training calendar. If you have any questions, further questions that you were not able to raise in this session, then feel free to contact us. You can connect with us on our Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, or comment on YouTube, or you can also call our phone line. So you can take a screenshot of this and we will be more than happy to connect with you. All right, that went by so quickly. So for the final piece, I am going to pass along a quick thank you note from our director. You probably did not notice, but he is also one of our trainers. So Ken, would you want to take the opportunity to thank everyone for joining us tonight, please?
Sorry. Thank you, Leona. Yes, I would want to just use 2 minutes to thank everyone here. It's not an easy thing to get invitation within a short time. Well, some people may have gotten it longer than now, but you made out the time to stay and to listen and to try to know what you already know. And then for those who don't know, knowing the new things. I thank you very much. Especially 2 people I'm looking at here. I don't want to start mentioning names, but apart from the last I mean, the past students, I could see Victor, Toby, Stephen, Olu, Emeka. There are lots of people here from Rodney, my godson. There are lots of people here. And Jeremiah, I thank you all for making out this time to come today. Again, especially we have Dr. Chukwudi or 𝐁𝐮𝐤𝐢𝐧𝐠. I'm not going to bring him in to talk, but just to say thank you for making out time to join. He's from the University of Northampton. I tried to convince him. In fact, I pushed him to say, you must be here tonight to listen, because we have people who are linking us to, creating a bigger circle for us, helping us to grow. We have Wahab. I'm not sure if I don't know how Wahab got to know about this and joined, but is another doctor in engineering. And we say a very big thank you for making our time to come tonight. He has been like a mentor to lots of people in engineering in the UK here, and we thank him so much. So yes, it's just to say a big thank you to everyone who made out the time, either in a short notice or knowing before now. We are continuously going to be running this program. Your help, your assistance, your taking this into heart is going to help the school, is going to help us a lot. There has been a lot of introductions, lots of referrals, lots of people who talk to people that talk to others. We know where we are from. We know why you are here. I think the summary of why we're here is to make money, collect money. When you make it, you move on. So it's just to say a big thank you to everyone here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ken. And yes, I would like to join Ken in thanking everybody for joining us this evening. I hope that this session has given you an overview and insight into what setting out and surveying is all about, and how we at Buckingham School of Setting Out Engineering can support your journey into stepping into site engineering. We did share the link into our courses through our website. So if you have time, do check it out. And remember that we're just one call or email away if you have any questions or you'd like to discuss your options further. And again, on behalf of the whole team, thank you again for your time. And we look forward to seeing some of you in our upcoming courses, and hopefully next week. That's the September course is starting next week, and hopefully to see you on site. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll hopefully see you soon.